Hey everyone, and welcome. If you're in marketing or brand strategy, you've definitely been there, staring at a spreadsheet and you just know the numbers aren't giving you the whole picture. So today, we're going to dive into the tool that fills in those gaps, commercial qualitative research. It's really all about finding the why that's hiding behind the what. So just picture this for a second. You've just pushed a new product out the door, or maybe a massive new campaign. You are absolutely swimming in data, right? Your dashboards are lit up with metrics, but things just aren't going the way you planned. You've got the what, sales are flat, engagement is down, but the big nagging question is just why? And that's the heart of the problem, isn't it? Look, quantitative data is amazing for what it does. It tells you who is buying, what they're buying, and how many. But it so often leaves you guessing about the real motivations, the context, and all the human emotions that are actually driving those numbers. That why, that's where the magic is. Okay, so to get to the bottom of that why, we got to start with the really big questions that every single brand has to ask itself. I mean, at its core, that's what market research is for, helping us navigate these huge strategic challenges. You know these, right? These are the classics, the brand manager's compass. Where are we now? Where could we possibly be? How are we going to get there? And are we even on the right path? But you'll notice, behind every single one of these is that deeper, more critical question. Why are we in this spot to begin with? That's the piece that pure data just can't give you. So what's the secret? How do we find that missing why? Well, this is where commercial qualitative market research, or QMR for short, steps into the spotlight. It is the specific tool designed to get you beyond the numbers and uncover that human story. Let's break this down. QMR isn't about counting things. It's not about measurement. Its entire purpose is exploration and, true understanding. It's a conversation. The whole goal is to make sense of the complicated, often messy world of human behavior and how it connects to your brand. It's about figuring out what things really mean to people. And here is the thing you absolutely have to remember. Qualitative and quantitative research aren't enemies. They're partners. Think about it like this. Quantitative research is like a census. It gives you this incredible statistically valid map of the entire population. But qualitative research, that's like getting a guided tour from a local who's lived on that street their whole life. They're the one who can tell you why that one cafe is so popular, what the neighborhood feels like, and the unspoken rules everyone just knows. You need both the map and the tour guide to really get it. Okay, now we need to make a really critical distinction here. The kind of research we're talking about is built specifically for making business decisions, and it's a whole different ballgame from the academic research you might have learned about in school. Right, commercial QMR is not research for research's sake. This isn't about getting a paper published. It is a super pragmatic, focused tool with one single objective: to help an organization make a better, smarter decision. That's it. And the differences here are pretty stark. The goal for commercial QMR: inform a specific decision. For academic research, it's about building general knowledge. And the timelines show that urgency. We're talking weeks, not months or years, because business moves fast. And in our world, theory is just a tool in the toolbox. It's not the main event. At the end of the day, the value is 100% in the actionable insights it delivers. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? Every single piece of a commercial qualitative project, from the way it's designed to how it's reported, is laser-focused on solving that client's specific problem. Okay, so we get it. It's about the why and it's built for business. But how does it actually work? How does QMR get to those juicy, deep insights that a simple survey could never, ever touch? Oh, this is one of my favorite ways to think about this. You can picture consumer responses on 3 levels. So first up, you've got the public answer. That's the logical, safe response, I buy this brand because it's reliable. But just below that, you have the private feeling. That's the emotional stuff people might be a little hesitant to admit, like, I buy this because it makes me feel successful. And then, way down deep, is the unspoken truth. These are the gut feelings and associations people might not even know they have. A skilled qualitative researcher knows how to bring that stuff to the surface. And that's exactly why the iceberg is the perfect metaphor for this. The whole methodology is designed to get below the surface, to get past those polite, public answers. The most valuable insights are almost always hidden, not because people are trying to lie, but because our deepest motivations are just really hard to access and explain without the right kind of conversation. Now, uncovering these deep truths is fascinating stuff, for sure.
But for any of this to be valuable in a commercial setting, it has to lead to action. This is all about turning that deep human understanding into a real, tangible impact on the business.
Its strategic value really boils down to three key jobs. First, diagnosis. This is all about understanding the present. Why is our brand loyalty slipping? QMR finds that root cause. Second, prognosis, helping you navigate the future. How will our customers react to this new packaging? QMR helps you manage that risk. And finally, creativity, using consumers as a launchpad for real innovation, for new products, new services, and brilliant campaigns. And that's the whole game right there. It's a journey. You start with a business problem, you dive deep into the human why, you come back up with a powerful insight, and then you translate that insight into a smarter, more effective strategy. That is the path from research to results. Sometimes after weeks and weeks of research, the most valuable thing you get isn't a 50-page deck. It's the discovery of the one thing, that one unspoken truth, that one hidden motivation, that one gap in what you thought you knew that, once you see it, changes absolutely everything about how you see your customer and your brand. So I'll just leave you with this to think about. In all of your data and all of your meetings, what's the one crucial insight about your customer that you don't even know you're missing? Because finding that is often the difference between a brand that just competes and a brand that truly connects. Thanks for joining me.